week-long series, The American Job. Let's look at Gen Y. These are workers now in their 20s and 30s. One firm investing in them is Ernst Young. The company launched its annual International Internship Conference in Orlando today. It's geared to attract and develop future employees. Ernst Young actually projects that Gen Y workers will account for 60% of its U.S. client service personnel next year. That's up from a little over 30% in 2007. Dan Black is in charge of campus recruiting for Ernst Young, and he's joining us now from Orlando. Thanks so much for joining us, Dan. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So first of all, talk to us about why these guys, and we're not talking about minimum wage employees here, we're talking about salaried employees, but why are they attractive to Ernst Young?
Well, there's a lot of reasons, but probably first and foremost is that at Ernst Young, we do take a very long-term view with respect to talent management. And so we understand that the interns that we hire today, the staff that we hire today right out of college campuses, are going to be the ones, frankly, leading the firm in 5, 10, 15 years. So it really is that apprenticeship model and that long-term view of our talent that makes them the most attracted to us to sustain our business and our growth in the market.
Dan, it's interesting that you say that, though, because I think of younger workers as being much more likely to change jobs pretty frequently over their lifetimes, much more likely than their parents. So are you concerned at all that this investment that you're making in these workers is not going to pan out because in a few years they'll be moving on to the next opportunity?
Absolutely. Always a concern for any company hiring, especially the best talent, which is going to have the best opportunity. Even in a tough market like we've seen the last couple of years, opportunity does abound for those at the very top echelon of their class. However, I think that just makes it more incumbent upon companies to really showcase the differences of the culture and what the company has to offer to those employees. So we've made a very concerted effort to do a few things for our newest hires. Give them an environment in which they feel they can readily succeed, hit the ground running right away. Show them that there's going to be lots of opportunities for mobility, to try different jobs, different practices, different countries, and also even offer them flexibility, even when they first come out of school, to be able to manage home, work, and any other activities that your average 20 or 21-year-old has going on.
And Dan, as you know, the United States, America, is becoming a more diverse society. How is that going in terms of your recruitment? Is diversity a key for you?
It's probably the key, frankly, to be honest with you, Mark. Because we have so many multinational clients and engagements that cross borders, it is absolutely critical for us to provide teams to those clients that are not cookie cutter. We have to have diversity, not just of background, gender, ethnicity, but certainly diversity of thought and diversity of skill sets. So last year, for example, right off of campus, 51% of our hires were women, and over 36% were ethnic minorities.
Dan, a quick question for you as well. You heard in the last segment we were talking about the teens now who are not working and perhaps not getting that important job experience. Are you finding at Ernst Young that you're having to do more training of the folks who are coming in because they might not have had jobs in high school?
Interestingly enough, I think some of the comments that Michael made, a lot of those minimum wage jobs are not jobs that, for example, we're going to need to draw skills from. If you're a waiter or a waitress, that customer service certainly is a piece of it. But a lot of what we see coming out of college is students that are fully well prepared, not just technically because they've had their academic background and curriculum in college, but these students are so much more connected globally. They're so much more technology savvy, so much more culturally aware. So we're not spending as much time training them on those items. In fact, we're probably spending more time training some of the older employees on those items, and those are critical.
And Dan, could I ask you in 10 seconds, are you finding they're hungry to learn?
Very hungry. I love what I see, and we're hiring as many as we can.
All right, Dan Black, Ernst Young, joining us. Dan, thanks so much.